everybody. Bob Walters, Brett Grasso, NFL Saturday doubleheader pregame, Locked Up Sports. Welcome to the show, everybody. Brett, what's up? What are you doing? How's it going? Been two big ones today.
Love me some Saturday football, especially when it's like sprinkled in with that, the college football playoffs the other days, and then it's like they got
the winter
their own
classic,
day,
the winter classic in the summer yesterday.
Yeah, the winter disaster.
Yeah, terrible.
It's not
terrible.
A classic. I'm
terrible.
sorry, but whoever's idea it was, someone was like, listen, we froze our butts off last year. Can we do it somewhere nice? And someone was like, all right, we'll do it nice for the head of the network this year. And
it was terrible. It was terrible. But
that was rough.
Anyway, we got two good ones today. You got the winner go home, basically a winner go home. It's not a winner go home totally with the Carolina and Tampa. In Tampa, Tampa's fallen off the face of the earth here. They've lost 7 of 8 since the bye week. They've lost 4 in a row, but it doesn't matter because they could win and get in. And then you got San Francisco and Seattle tonight for the 1 seed.
Yeah, listen, I really and it really, no matter what, because there's not simultaneous games going on, it feels like a winner get it. It feels like a playoff game. I didn't call it a winner get it.
The first one basically is,
but it feels like a
playoff
game. Like if you lose, I don't want to say you're out, but the Panthers lose. I'm sorry, the Bucks lose, they're out, and the Panthers, lose. Honestly, pretty good chance they're out.
Not really though, because Atlanta plays New Orleans, but New Orleans has been playing well lately.
No,
New Orleans beat both of these teams.
New Orleans is hotter than both of these teams, so it's not even a question about that. So I don't know.
Listen, the perfect thing for this the perfect thing for this division would be for one of these teams for Carolina to just back in, right? They lose, and then
that's
they back
the worst
in with the win.
No, and now exactly, and that's the worst way to do it because I feel like they're the team who deserves to be in. But Baker Mayfield can go off today for 5 touchdowns and just go on to will them to win. New Orleans can clearly win their game. They've been winning all their games. So I don't think that's what happens though. I think that today is the day that on a stage with nobody else watching anybody else, Bryce Young finally makes his step up, and he is announced to the NFL, and he takes his team to a victory, one way or the other, and the Carolina Panthers take the best division in football.
I think it's the other way around. I think Baker plays real well. He steps up at home. Races. They've been playing time. They've been an awful team for the last 2 months. And the crazy thing is one of these teams is going to host a playoff game next week, and I think they might host the winner.
They deserve it. They won their division.
They're going to host the loser of the night game tonight.
They deserve it. They won their division.
I agree.
Those other teams had the chance to win their division. And you know what? It doesn't matter who's best in your division or who's, best in their division. It's you just play the games in front of you, and you need to have a payoff for winning that division. I don't care what division that is.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's got to be a payoff, and I don't like because all week now we're going to hear, Seattle has to go into Tampa, and you're going to hear it all week. It happens.
If you're that good, it shouldn't even make you blink.
Matter.
But that's the only time that you worry is that you aren't so confident that you're going to take it, and they shouldn't be that confident because none of those teams.
And I'm picking the winner of this division in that game because they always win. They always win. I'm picking the winner of the NFC South
100%.
to win the playoff game next week against whoever they play.
That is 100. It's not even a question. I don't even care who wins on the other end. I don't care if it's Seattle or the 49ers, although Seattle, in my opinion, is the team that will lose that road game, whereas I believe the 49ers win.
I agree. I don't think Seattle's any good. I think the 49ers win tonight pretty big because Seattle hasn't looked good. Think about it. Their last couple of games they played Old Man Rivers in his first game back, and they only beat him because they had a 6.
Barely.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to because they had 6 field goals from their kicker. They couldn't stick it in the end zone. Then the week after that, they lost to I believe it was Buffalo or something. They got blown out, and then
lost you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to pop back out and pop back in. I'll see you in a second.
Go ahead. I don't know if you guys can see me. Let me just check right here. But yeah, listen, Seattle's not really a playoff team. I don't think, at least. I don't think they are. I don't think they're very good. I shouldn't say not a playoff team. They're not a number 1 bye in the conference. type of situation. Brett, you with me here? No, Brett's not here. Hold on, folks. Again, issues with this live stuff here. Oh, there he comes. Here comes Brett. Let's see if we got it. You got me?
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was you.
Yeah,
I
think
you were
it was me.
about
I think it was
to do
me
something
because I think I stopped. But like I was saying, I think Seattle is not a team that should win a conference and get a bye. The way they played, somehow they're in it because they had a huge, they had a big first, 13, 14 games. But the last 3 or 4 games, they haven't really looked good. And they lost they beat Rivers with the 6 field goals. Then they needed again the field goal kicker to bail them out and another one. And I forget who they played last week. Oh, they lost last week in a game where they win and they would have got in. So they lost to who they lose to last week? The Niners. It was a good team either way. But hey,
I missed.
So San Francisco might not have to go on the road until next year, week 2. Because the Super Bowl is there. They could get home field. They played a home game last week. Yeah. And now if they win today, they win the conference and they get a bye and everything like that. And the bye is so important, and the home field advantage is so important. And I hate.
And we've been talking about it for weeks, and that is exactly what there is no team that's like, oh, that team's just going to run everybody over. And just like when you think, oh, it's going to be the Rams keep losing these easy, East Coast, road games. And then you start looking at Seattle and you're like, wow, Seattle's just running away with it. And you go, Seattle, just something's wrong. Sam Darnold's a little bit off. The defense is great, but they need to be home. San Francisco, all of a sudden, they're the ones who are the best team in football the last half of the season. And CMC's just going off. And Brock Purdy's finally looking like Brock Purdy. And whoever ends up in this home field spot, I feel like that you just put your money on them. It's going to be who's winning the NFC.
I still think the Rams are the best team in the NFC. I still think they have the quarterback that's going to win the MVP. They have the offense.
But do you think without home field advantage, and
maybe
I will
not,
say even just yeah, right. Whereas with home field advantage, you feel like they can't lose, right?
Because they would get blown. They got blown out last week in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, that's why I say at home, I feel like they're the going to the Super Bowl if these are all at home, which isn't happening. And so when I look over, I go, Seattle is beatable. Like they're beatable no matter where, but I just don't see them winning, those games, 3 consecutive games, and having Sam Darnold not have a bad performance in one of them.
Yeah, and you could also look at the Bears, right? The Bears could easily get real hot and then just roll through.
Big sleeper. Don't really know what to expect because they're the ones who are like, you think that they're going to be good and they've been in every game, but I feel like they could be down 24-3 in the first half of a wild card game.
And you know what it is? There's a lot of rookie quarterbacks playing. Over. There's a lot of rookie quarterbacks this year and first-time playoff quarterbacks, and I don't think they know what they're getting themselves into here because it looks easy for them in the sea, like the Bears or Caleb Williams is like, this is easy. I'm killing this thing now, and and this is gonna be his first taste of playoffs, and it gets faster and it gets harder, and you're playing good defenses and you're playing good teams, and it's not the same game, and you could very easily, fall behind.
I honestly, though, I truly believe it's the dead opposite for him. I believe the game slows down. I believe that in those bigger games, a guy like Caleb Williams, who's been the guy at every level he's ever been and never failed. You know what I mean? Like he's not. Even now,
people are writing them off already, though. But see, that's ridiculous with the way it is now.
They were, and this is the year where they're saying, okay, it clicked. If it doesn't click by now, what do you have? You got, it's over.
But it's ridiculous. You got to give these quarterbacks time. This is the NFL. It's a big step up from college.
You got to. Yes, 1 time and 2 a good system. And so we finally got the good coach with the good system with the players that are finally good enough. So it's that combo that he didn't have the good players with him when he started. He didn't have a good coach when he started. And then he didn't have a system where he's brand new. And now all of a sudden it's perfect timing for have a good coach, to have good players, and to all of a sudden know what's happening. So he's just at that, like you said, if it didn't work now, it would have been like, the whole thing would have been like, wait, maybe it isn't the system, it's Caleb Williams, but now it's like, no, Caleb Williams can sling the ball. So
of course he can, but it takes, when I was growing up, it was always 3 to 5 years, right? Give these guys 3 to 5 years before you even start to evaluate them and see if they can play at this level.
No.
Now it's not like
now
they're paying so much money. It's only a year.
If you're not C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy, Bo Nix, Jackson Dart, Drake May, you're out. I'm sorry, you don't have time for that. And franchises don't have time for that anymore. There are enough mid-grade quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield's, Sam Darnold's, Mac Jones's, that can go out and play football that you can't spend 2-3 years developing a player. Your whole franchise is gone in 3 years.
Yeah, but then but then the Jets, look what the Jets do. They write these quarterbacks off. They write these quarterbacks off, and now you got Sam Darnold playing well. You got what's his face? In the Raiders is not good, but you write these quarterbacks off, and then all of a sudden they blossom because they finally get it after 3 years, and then you lost because now you sit there, you already dumped them to some other team, thought you would get rid of something, you bust.
Oh, I know, like a perfect example, Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is taking them to the Super Bowl that year, though.
Here's the whole point, though. Did the Jets pick wrong? Or did the Jets just a black hole for quarterbacks?
No, the Jets are a black hole for everything. Jets are a black hole for everything.
They're a black hole for Rodgers,
Brett.
Okay, here's the better answer. So here's a better answer. So if Justin Fields went to the Green Bay Packers and just what's happening right now, and he was Malik Willis, how is he performing? Do you believe it's the Jets, or do you believe he would have done well there?
I think it's somewhere in between. Because first of all, the Packers are a better team, right? Than the Jets aren't a very good team.
No, right. That's what
they're better than they should be. They're better than their record.
Some time. Yeah, most NFL quarterbacks, if you gave them,
he can't
Patrick
throw.
Mahomes,
that's his problem. Is he can't throw.
I agree. You have to hit those little dump passes perfect.
You got to
hit him perfectly. The guy keeps running. You're right. It's a little dinks and dunks. It's not even the big throws. It's like
now, let me ask you this.
Hit these guys in stride.
What if you put Patrick Mahomes on the Jets? How many wins do they get? Like, they're not saying he has a regular Patrick Mahomes.
No, I know. No. Peak Patrick Mahomes, but the same exact Jets team.
10 wins?
No, they're not getting to 10 wins. That defense is not getting to 10 wins this year, but he would have squeezed out 3 more of those games, which gives you in the 6 to 7 range. So, I do think 7. I do believe it would have been 7 with and even Aaron Rodgers would have been the 7, and that would have been a killer year for the Jets. That's a terrible year for the Jets. It seems reasonable, but you don't. Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers,
the Jets ruined Aaron Rodgers. That was where it clicked into my head. That I was like, you know what, they're just cursed. Because you know what the problem that Aaron Rodgers has with the Jets is? He put on a Jets uniform, and as soon as he puts on a Jets uniform, it's basically over. So, hey guys, if you want to connect to us, scan the QR code in the corner there, and it'll walk you right through. It's really, really quick, 2 minutes, and you can come on with us and give us your opinion on either the 2 games today or anything that's going on elsewhere in the NFL. Now, the NFL, did they screw themselves here with this Saturday? There's 3 games that really matter this week. Okay. There's the 2 games today, and then there's Pittsburgh and Baltimore tomorrow. The rest are just, there's a couple games where you could jockey for positions within the playoffs, but listen, and now they got 1 game tomorrow that really matters, and it's at night. It's the Sunday Night Football. So you really, for the first time, are going to be waiting all day for Sunday night.
Waiting all day for Sunday night.
Yeah, because the rest of the time, I'm like, you're sick of football by the time you get to Sunday.
No, you're right. But no, the NFL has learned, and they are very smart, that they cannot screw themselves. That no matter what happens, the ratings are coming. That if you give them a bunch of crappy games early, they will hang on and watch that night game. If the good game was on early, they would have watched it and not watched any more football. But the season isn't even concluded.
That's not true. People are going to watch either way. You just contradict yourself because they're either going to watch or they're not going to watch, right? And now people watch every day. See, the NFL's so smart that they're watching no matter what, and then they know how to put it in a spot where it amplifies that. The moment that Ravens game concludes, the Ravens-Steelers game, if that was 1 o'clock and that game concluded, or say it was tonight, nobody's watching after that. There's nothing else to watch for the regular season. Regular season ends when that game ends, and they realized extend it. I disagree. I think people watch Baltimore. I think people watch Cincinnati and Minnesota if it means nothing. Brett, the Hall of Fame game in August gets better ratings than any baseball game.
No, that's not it. Here's the difference, right? The only thing that you're saying that they get wrong, is if they put that game, that random doesn't matter game on at 8 o'clock, you're going to get your ratings. You know what I mean? You're always getting your ratings. But putting this game on at 8 o'clock last game of the season, winner goes to the playoffs. This is going to be mega ratings. And that's where they got it right for them. Not for us, for them. You know, we're talking about who they got it right. Like, for who? They won. They're going to get bigger ratings. That's in their opinion. They could care less. That means more fans saw it, which means more fans wanted it, which means they were right.
No, I agree. And listen, the NFL right now can do no wrong, and they eventually will saturate. Eventually, they will saturate the market. Just look at over the holiday. If you didn't have any of these streaming things, you couldn't watch any of these games. They were all streaming. And I saw somewhere it would have cost you like it would cost you $55 or something to watch all the games this weekend. And I paid it, of course, because I got a $300 cable bill.
Yeah. What did I join? What did I join for one half? I joined something for one half just to watch it, which I knew I wasn't even going to watch the whole game.
You joined the Sable game,
Peacock.
right?
Peacock.
Oh, Peacock.
No, Peacock.
I get Peacock with my thing because I think I have the top tier. I must have the top tier thing, right? I have a $300 cable bill.
No, I know. But I just get Peacock when the one game comes on that I want to watch.
But you only get the free month once, right?
Yeah, no, it's fine. You just got to. We got to get
different emails and stuff.
We got to start getting Vasey's passwords.
We got to start getting passwords. Happy birthday to our buddy, by the way, my best man at my wedding, Ryan McGordy. Happy birthday! I don't know if he's watching or not, but happy birthday.
Right. Yeah, Gordy. He has been watching lately because he started like quoting stuff.
He told me he doesn't like to watch. Table. He told me that he doesn't like to watch because he says. He says that he's like, how do you think it feels when I'm sitting there watching my friends and I've heard the same stuff for 20 years and I can't respond. I can't respond when you're saying your stupid stuff.
I was like, yeah, that's why you got to do what I did. You just got to get on there and rebut him right to his face.
Because I said something. I said something.
But right after that, he jumps right into, but that Frankie Valley one was so funny. So you do watch.
They watch the shorts. They watch the shorts. It's the same thing with all. They watch the shorts. They can't stand us for an hour. They watch the shorts.
Yeah, but they love the jokes. We're not here for this. They don't come here to. We're not going to tell you who won the Yankee game. That's not what. We're just here for the jokes. All right. Don't you worry. We're going to get to the point, and it's going to be funny. I guarantee.
Probably. Now let's. Hey, listen. We also got our sideline reporters. So now, before we get to really preview these games and get into these games, let's send it on down to Tampa for Joe Jennings and a report from the field down in Tampa Bay.
Brett, Bob, the Bucs lost 4 in a row and 7 of 8. We're talking to the coaching staff this week. You wouldn't know it. They seem upbeat, ready to go, and know that losing streak doesn't matter as long as they can get a win here today.
So there it is. Joe Jennings from the field in Tampa telling us that the coaches don't really care, right? Even Todd Bowles is going to the playoffs right after he left the Jets.
Yeah, no, listen, that's what we breed playoff players and coaches, and the Jets are just a factory for future playoff contenders.
Former Jet, now good, right? That's like now my good. Mets list. Former Mets, now good.
All of them. Quinnen Williams, how many sacks? A half a sack the whole season. He was with the Cowboys for 12 minutes, 2 sacks.
Yeah, listen, the Jets.
That's what we do.
I'm telling you, the Jets are cursed. I don't believe in the curses, the Rangers, whatever it was. I don't believe in it. But the Jets, I think, listen, it's now they're the worst franchise. And did you see Woody Johnson now wants to get rid of the ratings because the players give the owners, they rate them A through F, like they give them a grade, right? The players on the team. Okay. They've given him an F now the last 3 seasons. And he's trying to start an initiative to eliminate the ratings. Because he gets an F, because they're terrible. They're a terrible organization. Terrible.
I mean, why would you want to get rid of it now? You have nowhere to go but up.
You're
at an F.
Last year he had his son come in and give the game ball away before the coach.
No, they've just lost it all, and it really is embarrassing when the owners don't like you, the coaches don't like you, the players don't want to be there. You don't even have your own stadium, but you're this multi-billion-dollar franchise. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's embarrassing. Well, at least the other places are like, all right, we're going to have this team and we're going to stink, but we're going to have a nice stadium so you can come and enjoy yourself and your families are there. They're like, no. We need you to drive to a different state, to a silver box in the middle of nowhere. It's going to cost you double what it costs the Giants to park.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Listen, if you win a contest, we're yanking it away.
You're probably not going to do it.
They are just hitting it wrong from every direction. And you know what? We can take that stuff as long as you make the playoffs once every 10 years, right? Once every 10 years, make the playoffs and lose. Nope, can't do it.
And listen, and they were just straight dysfunction. But to be fair, I was at the MetLife. I was at MetLife earlier this year. I went to the Giants Chiefs.
Don't you say it's a
Sunday
nice
night.
stadium.
I'm not gonna say it's nice,
stadium.
and it looks crappy from the outside. And it's really just and on when you sit
It's
there,
a tin can in the middle of a
that's
dump.
fine. But they've done a good. They've improved it. They've improved it. It's better when you're in there.
It's not.
It is.
Bob,
when was the last time you were there?
Bob, we grew up in
Giant Stadium. It wasn't much better.
Last year, we grew up in the garbage of all garbage. So what's happened is, Bob, they crapped on us, and now they stopped crapping on us, and we're pretending like that's a good thing. That's what's happened. All of a sudden, they gave us crap.
I'm just saying it's a little nicer than what I remembered from a couple years ago.
Okay, I will give you that because they always have to make those improvements. But listen, stadiums now are parks. The whole outside is cool and fun.
Not football. Oh, maybe
all
football
of
with the
them.
outside.
Bob, these guys are no longer in the business of sports. You think that. All these owners, Steve Cohen, I understand it's baseball, but you go into the football guys and you look into like the Chiefs and their new stadium. These guys are not football guys anymore. They are real estate guys. They have it's a big like industrial park with the nice this and the concert that comes with it. And it's all year round use and it's all these. So it's just become a very different thing. And we have two franchises sitting in one crappy stadium. We should have the nicest complex you've ever seen.
Yes.
The New York stadiums. When you drive up, you should be in awe of it. Kids don't look at it that way. Like when we pulled up to Shea or to whatever, it is known as a joke. And it's
City Field is beautiful. I love City Field. We all love City Field. But baseball, I think you can do more with baseball, right? You can do more. You can do more. It can be shaped the way you want it.
I don't believe that. These other ones are like the parks are connected. The football and the baseball are kind of close. So this way, there's all
the cities have more right in the same spot.
And they have parks connected, and Steve Cohen's doing that. That is literally what the Mets complex is going to look like, starting in 2030 when they're done with everything. But it's just amazing that they didn't have the foresight to see what it is that these new stadiums are. They made what is like an old version of a stadium, just a crappy cookie cutter. Let's get it up and play football. That's all that matters. And I'm sorry, but
if it's so bad, why is the World Cup final there? Is it just because it's New York?
That is the most egregiously disgusting thing that's ever happened. We talked about this in the last show, and it is going to be, imagine just being from Europe in this beautiful town, and your stadiums are either in the middle of like your hometown, or you have some beautiful view, or you have some culture there, and you're like, I'm coming to New York City. I spent $50,000. I got the hotel rooms, and they're going, and you're going to go over, and they're going to go, no problem. We're bringing you up to the big city. You go, no, sir. We're going to New Jersey. And when you pull up,
it's close to the city. You can see the city from the stadium.
You can see the city. These guys are coming in, and they're going to see the most ugly stadium they've ever seen with not a single view in the entire world there. And they're going to be like, this is what they do? Like, this has cost them $1 billion? It's a kind of a joke. It really is.
They get $30 million a year from MetLife to have the rights to name it.
Well,
and they're not going to even call MetLife during the state.
Not allowed during the World Cup.
So listen, I agree with you. But inside, I just wanted to say inside, because everybody, I feel like it's the trendy thing to just kill the MetLife Stadium, and it wasn't. When I walked in there this year, I thought it was a little bit better. You're right; it looks garbage from the outside, but they have the lights.
Well, it is. They
have to
because
it's
just
two
the park.
teams.
No, but it's not even that. It's just there's nothing there. So there's a huge landscape. You have all the area in the world to make something nice out of it, and like I understand you have to have the parking and the whatever, but if you just made a nice concourse on the outside that fans can do like a tailgate park and a whatever, like it's so simple. This isn't expensive stuff. We're not talking about monster structures.
They have the FanDuel over right there, walking distance at the racetrack.
Dream.
They have the American Dream across the street. No, they the FanDuel at the racetrack. Because they have the three stadiums. They have the old Brendan Byrne Arena. They have the Brendan Byrne Arena where the Devils used to play. They have the racetrack, and they have the MetLife Stadium. And now they have the FanDuel spot in there.
And they just saw how much concrete and asphalt they could pour in between instead of making something nice and make a whole nice area. I'm sorry, it's like it's just there's not much to that stuff. Like it's all about the fan experience. If you have a bad team, you want to get the fans there. Like Citi Field, best food in the world. You go and it's all this fun stuff. We have block parties now and little things. But it just seems like they're missing something.
They have the Vince Lombardi rest stop about two miles before it.
That's solid. No, well, I believe it all goes back to like we were talking about with Woody Johnson, though, and that they just take the fans for granted because the games sell out no matter what. The season ticket packages are going no matter what. The money really comes from TV, so it doesn't even matter. And you go, it's all because they're not going to gain much outside of it being like they aren't going to gain money out of the deal. They're just gaining fan experience. And it's amazing to me that they don't care that much out when other teams clearly do.
Yeah, I mean, they get the. First of all, it's ridiculous that we have to build these stadiums for these guys. Like they're multi-billionaires, and they do like 50%
money,
tax breaks, and then
pulling everybody out of New York. The amount of jobs that leave
and
New
also
York.
Straight up, New York pays. I mean, the residents pay for half of it to build it. He'll put up like $500 million, and it's used for everything. Right? There's concerts there all summer. They have soccer games. There's going to be the World Cup. There's Jets-Giants games that are sold out, and there's concerts every week, two or three concerts every week. And the biggest bands, Taylor Swift, the Bon Jovi,
best place to bury the body is like it is known for like the biggest things in the world. Hoffa's there. Like there's so many. Like it's big. Like the big area. Nice.
Yeah, Hoffa's there. I'll tell you what's cool. The American Dream Mall is cool. I went to the American Dream Mall this summer. They have the water park. They have an amusement park inside the mall.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool. And they have the water park is awesome. I loved it. We went there. It was great.
It's normal. No, you're right. And you have a daughter.
In the Meadowlands, Brett. We vacationed last year in the Meadowlands.
You go to the water park. You bring your wife. You bring your kid. Normal. I go to the water park as a single guy. They don't have the same reaction. I'm with you. But,
and the mall has everything. The mall's a huge mall. They had a soccer tournament going on in the mall. They have a full-size NHL-size hockey rink in the mall.
Yeah. So you're right. Cool. So they are capable. They just don't do it for us. I understand. Basically. I hear what you're saying. It's totally doable. They didn't even make a profit off of us, but they don't even want it nice for us. They're like, you know what? You already filled the seats. That's good enough, guys.
So we got 15 minutes to kick off. 15 minutes, folks. Panthers, Bucks. Bucks are 3-point favorite, which is shocking to me that the Bucks are 3-point.
No, that's the home field. It's a
pick 'em game. It's in Tampa.
It's not your Tampa. Yeah, that's your Tampa advantage. I give you that.
I think Baker comes in and he plays well. You think the other way around? You going to take the 3-point?
Listen, I'm a Bucks guy. Like my second team, we've talked about this all year. It's Bucks. My mom, she just said back. She's in Tampa now. She just got home. My grandfather, huge Bucks guy. When he got down there, she went back for the game. Giants anymore. She used to go to Sombrero. He used to take me back down to the Sombrero.
Listen, Giants won the Super Bowl in the Sombrero.
I walked on the Sombrero.
Super Bowl 25, wide right forever is Super Bowl 25 in Tampa.
That is 100% right. My grandfather was there,
and the other one was in Pasadena.
Yeah, that one was memorable. But the Bucks have not done it. The last however many weeks they've been injuries. They haven't clicked. Early in the year, they looked unstoppable. Baker Mayfield is capable in any game of throwing those 5 touchdowns. But if he has to force his hand and they're from behind, he can also throw 3 picks. So Baker Mayfield is capable of both. That being said, I really think that Young is about to have the statement game of his career. I think it's the game where the Panthers say, we're going from worst to first. We're here. We're going to host a playoff game. And I think they win that playoff game. And I just think there's something about it that the Panthers, and it's going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be very tight.
Tight game. Yeah, I think we get a tight game too. Hey, listen, I think Carolina had their chance last week. They had a home game. They lost. They didn't play well at all. It was a terrible game. It was Seattle. That's who it was. It was Seattle and Carolina, right? The game was 3-3 at half. It was as boring as could be. There were mistakes all over the place, turnovers. Nobody could do anything right. They had an opportunity to beat Seattle and basically give the Niners the 1 seed and give themselves a playoff win. Don't forget, though, that Carolina doesn't have to win this game. If Carolina loses, they need Atlanta win, and they're in.
No, you're right. You're right. But it's not good. You're not going to feel good about yourself losing your way in the last 2 weeks, having your opportunities, sliding your way in. I know they're not going to care.
Under 500, then you're under 500 winner of the division, 8-9. If Carolina loses and gets in.
Yeah, I don't believe that's what's happening. I've been wrong probably more times than right.
It sucks for Atlanta because they're tied for if Atlanta wins, they're tied for first.
Yeah, no,
They
that's
can
they're
leapfrog.
the
They
ones.
can finish second. They can finish second over the Bucks if Carolina wins.
If you gave me a choice right now and how they're playing with Kirk Cousins and
you fancy
Bijan
Atlanta.
Robinson, I think Atlanta is the best team out of those three teams.
Yeah, that'd be the Bijan.
Right now.
He's unbelievable. He's incredible.
He has been, and
you
Kirk
never see
Cousins
him.
is all. Let me
Cousins
tell you,
is
and
good.
Kirk Cousins, he's good, and he's. I feel like if they just played him the whole time, Michael Penix Jr., good for him, playing great. But I think Kirk Cousins would have actually taken them to the playoffs this year. And he still might.
He got hurt. Did he get
not
hurt?
that he
No,
can.
they made him second string. Yeah,
Mike, no, Penix.
No, Tampa
no,
Bay's
no.
eliminated. I mean, Atlanta's eliminated.
No,
Atlanta
they're
can't
gone.
get in.
No, they're gone. But he would have. But no, but he honestly would have got. There was a couple that they lost last second. That But it's. Man, I do. I think it's Bryce Young. I think he has his performance, and again, it might be him. It'll be the defense, and it'll be everything else. But
yes, but last week I'm
picks for
telling
Baker.
you, I watched that first half. A lot of that first half, 3-3, terrible, and then they lost going away to Seattle in the second half. So that's another reason why I don't think Seattle's going to be great in this game, because I think Seattle just hasn't played well. For over a month, they've squeaked by. They squeaked by last week. They squeaked by against Indianapolis, and they just haven't played well. And San Francisco was just clicking on all cylinders. Look at that game last week. Each team scored every week, every possession they had it. The Bears and the Niners, it was the first game that was tied 7-7, 14-14, 21-21, 28-28, 35-35. And the only reason they won the game is because the Bears settled for a field goal in one of the drives instead of a touchdown. There was one punt, I think. And Brock Purdy looks unbelievable.
Are we looking at this playoff scenario for all these teams like just all wrong? Like, should we just be looking at which teams even have a defense that can win a Super Bowl?
Well, then you can look at the Texans.
Right, or the Eagles are pretty good, right? Eagles defense.
Yeah, I have a weird feeling the Eagles are going to come out like all of a sudden get hot.
But that's what I look and I go. It's going to be about defense. I think like there's not many teams that have a good defense. They all stink. They all have great offenses and their defenses are just average. And if your offense doesn't click every drive, like you said in that one game, if you punted once, you lost.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
That's what happened. They kicked the
punter
field goal
was on the sideline
touchdown.
practicing. They had the punter on the sideline practicing drop kicks.
Right. Midway through the first quarter, San Francisco punted, and that was just a week ago. So it was like late December.
Game over.
It was his first punt of December.
I know. It's wild. The
Like,
whole
that's
thing
crazy. That's crazy.
It is.
It's
because
like
and I understand
Christmas.
a lot of it is they go for it more. They can kick field goals and a lot further
there's
than
gotta
they
be
were
a punt
kicking
somewhere
them.
in there, right?
No. I mean, just in general, like
Right?
there's
got to be a punt in there somewhere. It's crazy. But I think San Francisco's
really
the better
is.
team. I think Carolina's the better team, but I think Carolina's going to lose. I think San Francisco's the better team. I think they win this thing rather easily by like 10 points minimum. Because
I
this
agree.
is for the 1 seed. This game is for the 1 seed, and it's a 7-point. It's a
7-point game.
That's a lot.
The moment you see that, that's them saying we want to make this a 10-point game, but we just can't do it.
Yeah,
do you know what I
that's the
mean?
thing.
That's what Vegas is saying is like this normally would be a 10-point game, but like, oh no, Seattle, like it shouldn't. We can't give that much out of it. So I really think you're right.
Sam Darnold, you can't trust Sam Darnold, right?
He is a confidence guy. The moment you take his confidence away, your game is lost. I will give him credit. There's times where I thought he was dead to rights, and he came back and had a couple good final drives to win games where he blew it in the subsequent drives or didn't have a game the entire game. And so he has a little bit more resilience than I expected or that he used to have. I think that's the one
He's
thing
obviously better. He's obviously playing better than he did with the Jets.
But more of like, but he's the guy where all of a sudden when he throws that first pick and he gets down on himself and God forbid he is erratic on the next throw, it's over. His game is lost. You're not seeing it until next week. If you survive till next week, good for you. But that he will lose you a game in these playoffs over if you have to play 3 games to get to the Super Bowl and if you have to play them on the road. So there needs to be a lot of factors, which include Seattle winning this game, having the home team, and having the crowd behind you for Sam Darnold to be the Sam Darnold he was this year. Because that other Sam Darnold sees ghosts.
Yeah. Listen, Sam Darnold was no good with the Jets. Although he had flashes, right? Remember his first game? They shut out. They won by 3 touchdowns.
Bob, he is a top tier USC quarterback. He's very good. He was a kid on a bad team. He's a kid on a good team now with a little bit of experience. He thinks he's a great quarterback. He's on a good team with a good coach, and he is not capable of putting together 4 amazing performances to win the game. He can manage 4 games, and he can win 1 or 2 like that, but this guy will throw a couple picks in a bad spot and put them in a bad position.
So what's your bet for today? Is it a Carolina San Francisco parlay?
Yeah, it's Carolina. Well, what do we got? So it's San Francisco minus 7.
San Francisco minus 7. Carolina plus 3.
Yeah, it's Carolina plus 3. San Francisco minus 7, and you're gonna win. And Carolina could win or lose the game, but you still win your bet.
Okay, so there you go. Now, last thing I wanted to bring up today before we go out, 5 minutes before we send you over to the games. What do you think? Here, hold on. Let me bring it up here. Oh, hold on.
I never know what this is going to be. Just so you know, folks. No, I get the surprise just like you do, bro.
You think does Eli get into the Hall? He's a finalist, second year in a row. He's a finalist. It's his second eligible year. It's the second year he's a finalist. I think, is he a Hall of Famer? He's a Hall of Famer, right?
I don't know how he's 100% a Hall of Famer, Bob.
100%.
If you 100% a Hall of
People don't
Famer,
say- people
Hall of
say no.
Famers. There's 2 paths to the Hall of Fame. One is through direct stats and being the greatest quarterback in the regular season, like in your generation or one of the top. The other way is to be the leader of a franchise multiple times, leading them to a Super Bowl, especially when they're as unlikely as a hero as he was along the way. That is what a Hall of Famer is made of. A guy who is not supposed to do it, who doesn't look like he's capable of doing it, taking a team to beat a team
On
that
the
nobody
road.
can beat.
He won those games on the
Nobody
road
can
to
beat.
get there.
And a
Just
team
to
was
get there, and
beating
then they beat the
everybody.
Patriots.
Let me tell you, that changed the history of the NFL. Breaking up those Patriots
And
wins
the
is a
NFL's
lot.
It's easier to get into because they have to put people in every year. Like Kirk Cousins is a Hall of Famer.
You're right. No, it's so funny. I was just thinking about this week is a guy like Kirk Cousins, a Hall of Famer. I was like,
Yeah,
his
he is.
stats,
Yeah, he is.
hit
Absolutely.
he hit these crazy. He hit some milestone this week, and I was like, wow, like he's a top 10 of all time quarterback.
Kirk Cousins
like,
is absolutely a
all
Hall of Famer.
time.
And
All time.
you wouldn't think of it. You wouldn't think of it like that. But Kirk Cousins is 100% Hall of Famer.
And I looked back and I was like, man, like remember his original stuff with the Redskins, how corny he was with the "you like that," and
We
then
signed
like
that big deal. I remember him back at Michigan State. Oh yeah, you like that?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. You like that? When he's
and
walking
he won
in
that.
the- How
He
you
won
like
that
How you
one
like that?
game.
The
I think he
white
won like
guys.
one game that I don't know if it propelled them to the
I
playoffs.
forget what it was. It was
maybe.
something like that.
I don't even know if they made the playoffs in that game. But let me tell you, he was just like the guy who doesn't look like the guy when you talk to him. He doesn't sound like the guy, but
No,
he
he's
would just
good.
rip
He's
it on
good.
the field.
He
Like
got that-
we're
he still
talking
get
like
paid.
elite.
Got like $100
No.
million contract.
No, but he's
From
still
Washington.
you understand, if the Jets got Kirk Cousins instead of anybody, he's just solid. Like
Yeah,
he's
he's
gonna
solid. That's
he
what he
just
is. He's solid.
You're not gonna get a weirdo on and off the field. You're gonna get he's a family man.
Yeah.
He's gonna show up to work every day. He's gonna know how to read defenses. And if he stays healthy, you got a shot. And are you gonna win a Super Bowl and be great? No. Are you
No.
gonna be embarrassing? No.
No, I watched
Like,
that
sounds,
reality
that
show
sounds
with him.
wonderful to Jets fans right now, not being embarrassing. That's like a Super Bowl to
Just
us
make
this
plays.
year.
Like when you say the worst
Make a
team in
playoffs.
American sports franchise,
Bob,
right? It's
Bob.
like there's a lot of bad teams in baseball. There's a lot of the
Give me-
Pirates. The Jets are the worst.
Give me a November. Give me a game in November that matters.
Yeah, that's-
Playoffs, Bob.
No, a
Give
game,
me a game in
before the
November.
World Series ends. A game you want a game after the World Series that matters. We haven't had
It
that
can't
here in
be
a long
where
time.
the-
Either team.
I've had it where the Jets season was over before the Mets season in the last 2
Yeah,
years. So I
this
got
year
no
the
time.
Jets
for
season
this.
was over before the Mets season. Well, right around the
The
same
last
time.
2
Right
years.
around the same time.
The last 2 years. Yes, Bob. They both. Yeah, it's
Giants
all
too. Giants too. Giants are worse than the Jets. Don't forget. Giants have 2 wins. Or 3 wins. I'm sorry,
The
3 wins.
Giants are better than the Jets, and we went through this every time. You have better pieces. You have a new coach coming in. You have all these good things happening to you. You guys just don't realize it yet.
Yeah, listen. The coach is going to be big, and get rid of the GM. Just dump him. Get rid of him. Like you can't let this guy
and like-
pick another coach.
And 5 of the top 10 guys to enter the NFL in the last 3 years, you have. So I mean, you have a whole bunch of.
Sideline.
No,
I think I like
You're
Jackson
right.
Dart.
You're
Jackson Dart's a
right.
good quarterback.
But I see like injury guys like Neighbors and Scadaboo, and even Jackson Dart, if they should have left him out the rest of the year, that would have been like a red shirt year for those guys. If the
I would
Giants
have
played it right.
I would have probably left him out.
It was a red shirt year if they played it right. It was a red shirt year. He could have learned a lot. He already got his dings in. Neighbors and Scadable already done. You can evaluate the new players. You're going to end up with 2 of the top 20 picks one way or the other. And you would end up with probably the top pick if you just left Jackson Dart out. So you're just pretty dumb franchise, to be honest.
Now, what you don't want, and I never root against the team, but what you don't want is you don't want to go from a possibility of the first pick to the 7th pick.
Oh, it's going. You're dropping. Somebody in the gym jumped all over me today. Was like, "Oh, you're a Jets fan, right? You're a Jets fan." He's like, "Well, what do you think about the Giants?" I was like, "I think the Giants get the 6th or 7th pick." And he was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Sorry, bud. Like, you're gonna win. Like, you're gonna go win this week."
All right.
Cowboys,
we'll
right?
see you tomorrow. Brett. You gonna be here at 11 tomorrow?
11 a.m. We got Mark coming on.
11 a.m. Mark's coming on. Mark Mancini, 11:30.
Oh,
we can preview all the games. He's gonna be in rare form.
He's gonna be so like Aaron Rodgers is gonna do it.
I turned my segment with Mark last week because you weren't on the show, or you were on the show for a couple minutes. I turned it into a whole other episode about the second chances for players. So that's it.
Awesome.
Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Be here with us, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We'll send you now out to Tampa. Enjoy the games. It's basically a playoff game, right? It's your first taste of the playoffs here. Winner in,
Go get 'em.
Loser, unless it's Carolina with Atlanta, will get in. So, and then a big one tonight. That does it for us here. Enjoy the games, everybody. For Brett Grasso, I'm Bob Walters from the Brian Gunzel Studios. See ya.